killed the market for, of course. So now this had killed the market for, of course. N'abanjikuweba tujja bijja mu kukya sinabiteeka mu naye simanyi bijja. So, like always, we are excited, of course, to be here today. Like, and of course, with the fact that we have this entertaining or very interesting topic about tribalism causing underdevelopment in Africa. And of course, we welcome those who are watching us from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and elsewhere. I don't know where else. That's fine. Oh God. But anyway, you're welcome. Don't mind, don't mind innocent. It's one who's making me laugh. Azigwana gula.
kyali kiswaza so kati mutemerere n'okuleetera ekitundu oba tuzeeko wamanye tugakubira bweru
We are back. Mhm. All right. We had a problem with the sound and all that. So I think our laptop had an issue, so we had to, of course, technically electrify the issue. But I guess we are audible enough now. I hope I'm thinking one you're still watching, and please you can drop your comment and tell us if we are audible. Yeah. I was on tribalism really, and I was explaining to you. I've there are a lot of families, not only. Are we audible really?
yes we are yes we are
All right. I was explaining to you guys like we have a lot of tribalism that starts from the grassroots. I mean, that comes to the government and elsewhere. I will say one thing that I should say that I've been blessed, really. I've been blessed to have been raised in a family uh, that doesn't really care about who you marry or who you get married to. If at all you're happy, all right. And actually my family they might have a lot of weaknesses because families do, but we don't have that issue of trying to probably you've married a woman from another and now they are trying to look down on that woman, or you've married a man somebody's looking down. No, but families, you will find a family where a parent will openly where parents will openly where the fam or a parent will openly tell a child that if you bring a woman who belongs to this tribe, I will definitely not support. And at times it is not because parents wouldn't wish to have these women, but because they have had a certain experience of people who come from that particular area. And because somebody, or they have had rumors, or they have seen people misbehave. You know, bad behavior or bad characters are everywhere. It does not, bad behaviors don't only belong to a specific category of people. You'll find bad and good people everywhere. But at times, there is a lot of, there is, a history behind some actions, and there is a history behind the some deeds. Of course, and when it comes to tribalism, it becomes a little bit sensitive, more especially if we are to discuss issues of someone creating their own legacy. Some people will even decide to hate the entire group of people because they were represented wrongly. We have had a lot of chaos where people fight each other. We have had, let me say, Innosetu's kingdom and my kingdom have always had wrangles throughout history, by the way. But again, there is something, I guess, because these people are brothers, it is very hard for you to hear people who come from my area trying to say you cannot marry those people, you cannot talk to those people, you cannot do stuff. All right. These people, we have not experienced that. I don't know. Maybe it is about, maybe it is Uganda or something, because I've not had a lot of segregation in Uganda, really. And by the way, your tribe is almost everywhere. You understand? And we've not seen people kill them. Oh, they took our land, or they did blah blah, kill them. We don't want to see them. Don't intermarry with them. Don't do this. No, they are everywhere, and they're in those places, and they have married, they have built houses, they have started businesses. In fact, when you reach our town, you'll find that the biggest population of the people who work there are actually his tribe, or the language. They speak his language. But if you cross-check the history, these are people who were tormenting the people from that side throughout. But I can say that Uganda is one of the blessed countries. That Ugandans, not only from my place, they hardly they hardly have that hate for each other. Maybe because at the end of the day we come from the same tree of people. Because I don't know, but we have experienced a lot of hate in different places. We have experienced a lot of hate in other countries like Rwanda. We have had genocide in Rwanda, where the Hutus and the Tutsis have killed each other openly, and until now, they hate each other. And if you look at, I'm going to respond this. I'm trying to connect why we have some other tribal issues. Now, if you look at the majority of the people in Innosetu's kingdom, where the kingdom where Innosetu comes from, there are people who are pioneering the hate. Are actually people who have a small root from Rwanda. This is the funniest thing of it all. Now, at times, things have, at times, we have to discuss this tribalism thing on a broader, on a broader spectrum. Now, most of this, because now we have had people start preaching these kind of stories. Each time you look at somebody, you start hating on social media. Uganda has not been like this for a very long time. But if at all you cross check the majority of the people who are claiming kill, chase them away, don't deal with them, hate them, and all those hate speeches towards other people speaking another language are actually people who originate from Rwanda. Now, I'm still asking myself, what should I say about the hate that people have? Because really, not every person who comes from that side is promoting hate. But like I said, if you cross check, because in Uganda we have a lot of people coming from Rwanda, really. We have a big population of Rwandese here, but they name themselves Ugandan names. Okay? So if you cross check, you look, or if I told you how to cross check through someone's social media, and you cross check everything they post, and some of them are prominent people, of course. If you check the background of their family, you're only going to realize that these people are either from Burundi, these people are either Tutsis or Hutus, or some stuff like that. Now then, we remember there is a story that still runs where some of course, a tribe in Rwanda proclaims that it wants to take Africa's leadership throughout, more especially in the East African region. The Tutsi people. So for them, they want apparently to control. And how do the Tutsi control? Divide and conquer. The mission of the British. Like we saw the killings of the Tutsis and the Hutus, and then until now we are still seeing them in Congo, and until now we are still seeing them in some parts of Tanzania, of course, and some of them have occupied some parts of Uganda. And in Uganda, it is easy for you to maneuver and, of course, mix up with people, and no one is going to tell where you come from. And these are the people who keep on preaching hate. Because, like I said, if at all we are to say people are hating because of the historical statements or the historical experience, Innosetu's language, let me say Innosetu's kingdom, because I don't want to use the word tribe, and mine would not meet. because these are the people throughout history who have had a terrible wrangle. Through the history of Uganda, these are people who were fighting, killing each other, fighting to take land, but the Innosetu's kingdom was acting, and that I'm not going to mention that. I don't want to mention. I'm going to be saying his kingdom. Um, um, was fighting to grab land on the behalf of the what? Of the British people. But when that ended, like I said, even if you move to a different hometown, because despite the British fighting and occupying these pieces of land, the land is still big. Though they have divided it into different municipalities, districts, because this was a governmental order, but they are still the same people. Now, you will still find the innocent people who speak his language there. They have married, they have land, they have even started their life there. They don't even think of coming back. And no one is complaining about it. No one is reminding them, hey, what are you doing here? We remember you did stuff. Because the truth remains, blood is thicker than water. They are all related. And at the end of the day, hate is put aside. And for me, I feel like this should be the first example. Actually, these two kingdoms should be the best example that other kingdoms should be looking at. Given the history and given everything, because apparently, right, people lost their king because of a certain kingdom. People lost a lot to the British but they let that go. And each time this my kingdom is celebrating its anniversaries, of course, the representatives, because they were brothers, they were real brothers from the same mother, same father. But when they are celebrating, the other sends the princess and the princesses to come and attend these celebrations. Now, this is a typical example. They still live that harmony, despite of whatever happened. Now, if you still had people who still feel the hate, I hate you because you don't speak the same language with me. I hate you because you did this. I hate you because of the other. I think we would still be having wrangles that wouldn't end in Uganda. But I'm very glad that we have not experienced that hate, except that we have a few people, like I said, if you check these people's history, you realize where they come from. I don't want to say, but there is at times I'm left to question myself. You know, despite despite the fact that it is believed we come from the same origin, times have changed. Times have changed the people. Times have the world has of course the world has handled the people. It has changed people. The doings of their forefathers have taken a toll on them. This is why we can differentiate between, if at all I want to differentiate between you depending on what you're doing and how you are, of course, handling me and what you feel towards me. I don't want to differentiate you because, oh, you speak a different kind of language, or I believe you come from a different tribe. I want to differentiate me as me. I want to differentiate you according to you as a person and what I see. Like I said, we might have come from the same origin. You see, like you have your neighbor. We have neighbors, we know they are humans. You might even have a neighbor with whom you share the same, you speak the same language, you believe you are the same tribe. But when you still have misunderstandings, we even have cousins, even brothers and sisters. This is my sister, but we don't meet. Now, if at all we are to judge, if at all we are to look at differences, I think that should be the zone at which we should look at differences. Not saying that somebody speaks another, because this is definitely going to cause the underdevelopment. We are seeing this. We are seeing bad governance in Africa caused by tribalism, caused by what we feel, the tribal beliefs and the tribal, of course, connection. Somebody says, I can never vote for Maria. She definitely doesn't come from where I come from. She comes from the west, I come from the north. I'm never gonna vote. Yeah, she speaks well, whatever it is, but I'm not voting because she's not my tribe. I'm gonna vote INNOSSETU. I don't care whether he seems to be lying or not, but I'm just definitely voting. Now, this is the problem we have. And I think tribalism has in Africa it has been used as something important. It has been given that importance. It has been given that important position in different fields, decision making, socialization, and everything. And this is, I'm not gonna say, yeah, sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, and everything. So, um, truthfully, I think we need to revise because it is okay. You cannot say, "I'm gonna love you." How? Okay, I'm not. Let's say you're gonna love everybody because you're an African. It can't be possible. But if at all you're not to love someone, it shouldn't be because they speak a different tribe. It shouldn't be because of religion. It shouldn't be because of anything. You should have a very strong reason for you not to like somebody. Because it is okay for you not to like. It is very okay for you not to like. It is a normal thing. You're not going to wake up and like someone who is robbing you of everything just because they speak my tribe. Now he's a robber. He has come in my house. I'm not going to take you to police. I'm not going to do shit. No, if at all we are to make decisions of deciding to cut ourselves away from a specific person, it shouldn't be tribal based. It shouldn't be based on the region where you're coming from or what, because that is typical ignorance. We have neglected a lot of good elements in people because they don't speak the same language, because they are not people from our tribe. We have neglected a lot of things, a lot of important things. And me, I should say, Innocent to say that one time, the first time he saw me at school, he thought I was someone who comes from his area.
Until I heard how you articulate words,
and, I,
and
and, I,
then I got to know
and at times it was like, why does she? Why I can't myself from this idiot at work?
that.
I'm thinking,
Mhm.
please do. Please do, but we should have reasons why we are cutting ourselves, and it shouldn't be tribal reasons, really. Like I was saying, Innocent, when we just how we when we met at that the first time when we met at the university, we're in the same class and all that. Innocent thought I come from his area, and at times, but he says he realized how, the way I speak and all that, and he started doubting and was like, where does she come from? And all blah blah. All right.
Really fun and all that. Although, yeah, in example, Nagazani, like, I tried very hard to hear how you speak. For Andojin, and most of the time you use English, so I wanted to use that local language, that native language, so that I will confirm whether you, because actually the people you used to talk to, most of them used to use native language, but for you to
But I
speak
respond in
English
English.
most of the time. So I was like, I want to hear you speak stuff.
Actually, it is my first time to hear you say, a lot of people say I belong somewhere else, but yeah, but it's good thing everyone thinking I belong to where they come from. I think that's a blessing, really. That's a blessing I have. I can tell you, if you go to my Facebook, a lot of South Africans will think I'm a South African. A lot of people be saying, she's in Nigeria. A lot of people call me Onyinyechi. If you check on my Facebook page, A lot of people, they believe so. So if innocent to believe they come from his area, and maybe for whatever reasons, I don't know, but people tend to always think I come from where they belong. Because for me, when I meet you, I meet you. When you talk to me, I talk to you. When we are fine, we are fine. All right. No, I'm not this kind of person who's going to have that deep into that deep kind of relationship. I just treat people fine just the way they are. That is me. And I'm not this kind of person who's gonna dig deep. And the fact that I guess I give that comfortability probably because a lot of people are so segregative when it comes to but still I guess uh I said 3 years ago that you are a secretary.
What?
That I'm a secretary. I don't know for sure, but I guess it is just a blessing that I have. All right, first of all, I get to learn languages so very fast. I'm someone who learns languages very quick, but I'm not this kind of person who socializes a lot, but I learn languages so very fast. So it's okay. Maybe and you're not the first person to say. A lot of people say that in areas where I stay at because most of them don't know my business. They don't know what I do. Everyone is always confused. What is she? What is she? Mama, 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 mama.
Kola, kola, kola. Yo pero viete, vamos a explicar.
Yeah.
Wanda kweli. Ngusema ndio. What did you
Shut up. So I don't know because people hardly know my business.
do?
Yeah. And okay, so people, you speak Swahili, Maria. How is that possible? You are speaking the other language. Are you from there? You speak the other. But what are you? So everyone will be asking, like, where exactly? So if I don't tell you, and I hardly tell people where I come from. Not because I'm not proud, or not because I don't want to, but I feel like when you say that, there is a way people start categorizing you, grouping you. So it's better to let everyone feel that you belong where they belong. Yeah. And of course, that's why by the way, I hardly explain myself. So we have had these issues of tribalism. And and most of the people make judgments according to their experience they have had with different people. Someone will say, my uncle married a woman from the other side and she was a torture. All right. She disrespected my uncle. She tortured my uncle. She mistreated the children. I really hate. I don't think I can ever marry someone from that side. And people will make that decision. Mothers will say, I don't want to see my children. My sons marry a specific tribe because they've had experiences with the people around them who do. Me, in Uganda, it's a little bit funny. We have some tribes that are very violent, and they are known for their violence. All languages. Let me say tribes around. Oh, and they are known for their violence. And anytime their son comes to marry your daughter, you start fearing because someone is like, my child is not going to be safe in the hands of these people. Now I can tell you something, and this is something I don't know whether it is the type of food people eat. I don't know whether it is the environment, whatever. But I'm telling you something very funny. It may sound very funny. People from the western part, of Africa are very rough and very violent. Truth to be told, forget these north, the ones in north here. This one mixed with the Arabs, whatever. They are very abantu abo bali violent. Ghanaians, you can even hear n'engeri gye boogeramu. Boogera nga bakipako. You see the way Nigerians talk, the way Nigerians communicate on the cameras. I just gotten used to these people, and I knew that this is how they talk. But if you're talking like that in Uganda, let me say, the first question someone's gonna ask, are you quarreling? The second thing someone's gonna, are you okay? Are you pissed? Nigerians, people from the West Africa, not even Nigeria, even Cameroonians, even Ghanaians, even when they are talking, even when they are narrating a story, even if it is a nice story, someone will be like he's starting an argument. Someone will be like they are quarreling. They have that, and it is their nature. You know, it is their kind of nature. I don't know how to term that. I don't know how to call that, but it is their kind of nature. And the first thing when they are talking, now, if such a person starts to talk to someone who is like from Uganda, you'll see that everyone is a little bit frightened. Are they okay? Why are they talking in that tone? Why is their body language like that? But for them, it is fine. Men are supposed to be talking, I guess, like they are quarreling all the time. When they're explaining, you should think there is a fight going on between whoever they're explaining that to. And that is their nature. All right? And that is their nature as people. So you will just, even though they pronounce their words, so
Sabagati kyagambye nti no like bw'otambula ne mukazi wo Nigeria mukutwala
benzi anti bo bali straightforward. Omunigeria akola nakugamba njagala naye nedda Abannayuganda be babikola eyo ogamba obeera straightforward tebali bo bamanyi omukazi olinamuwa sente Abannayuganda. So if you look at that, like that particular example I was giving you, so if you put a Nigerian man, a Kenyan man, and a Ugandan man, you put them on a panel, and they are all having the same discussion, a discussion that is having the same emotions, the same gravity of emotions, the same articulations and everything. Because I don't want to leave that room that probably the story is annoying to someone else or not. You will understand that the way these people handle their words, their body language, the voice, the command is kind of different. And the first thing, like I was saying, that comes to anyone's mind when you listen to a Nigerian person, if more especially, let me say you're Ugandan, because maybe I see even some Tanzanian people, they have a lot of Ugandan character in them. You first question yourself, is he okay? Is he mad? Is he angry at me? Is this person pissed? Why is he talking like that? You start worrying. But this is their nature. In fact, the person will be just narrating the story to you, and in a very comfortable way. He's not frightened. But this is their word articulation. This is the language they use. This is the strength they use in projecting their words. And now it's the same, like I was trying to explain. Someone says that my daughter is not going to marry such a man. You know, first of all, I don't know with other countries, but in Uganda, I'm going to use Uganda because what I know best. The first thing when you're talking to someone, at times At times we'll be here, sometimes with the INNOSSETU, and I talk to he and we talk. And at times he says something, I'm like, why should you talk to me like that? And for him, he's just saying it. Probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe he has had some feelings in his mind or something that he was thinking about. And at times he might ask, and I'm like, and maybe I'm out and I respond, and it's like, why should you respond when you're outside? So here it is not something that if I'm talking to INNOSSETU, that somebody else should hear what we are discussing. For us here, it is called indiscipline. And somebody's gonna listen to somebody. Do you even listen to their daughters speak? Do you even see how their mouth is so indisciplined? And at times, this is the problem. You will tend to judge people, and then you find soft spoken people when they are more dangerous.
Mm.
I give you an example that